In the gathering place, as evening lamps flickered on and night fell, Qin Feng sat cross-legged in a hotel room using meditation techniques. Yet his mind was filled with shock. What's happening? Why has the speed of these runes increased so much? This time, many black runes flew out from the darkness, unlike the gray ones before, their speed more than doubling. Due to his training that day, Qin Feng's mental energy had grown significantly. Now he meditated for 15 minutes instead of 10, but those 15 minutes allowed him to gain over 100 elemental runes. When Qin Feng opened his eyes, he suddenly realized the world was different. It's night. The room wasn't lit, but everything around him appeared in clear detail before his eyes. In truth, this ability had always been within him, it just hadn't been so clear. Night vision. Not only could he see clearly, but under these circumstances, if an enemy appeared, Qin Feng could sense every move they made. Even 30 meters around him, though he couldn't see them, he felt as if he were looking at them. This was the sensation of controlling darkness. In an instant, something passed through Qin Feng's mind, making him laugh and cry. My ability is dark-themed, so that's why my meditation technique was weak during the day. Qin Feng realized he had been deluded by joy. However, Qin Feng didn't rest or continue his training. He put on his combat suit, donned a mask and hat, slipped Xiao Bai into his pocket and left the hotel. Night fell over the gathering place as it began to quiet down. The strength of martial power also led to chaos. Those without strength should not venture out at night if they didn't want their bodies discovered in the sewers the next day. As he passed through a few deserted streets, suddenly, the world became bustling. 3rd Street, a commercial district. This was the liveliest place in the gathering every evening. Shops lined both sides, selling all kinds of goods, and most importantly, it bordered the central square. On the square, tents were spread out with various fresh items on display, some strange and peculiar. The rifts connected countless dimensions, some advanced technologically, while others had high martial power values. Qin Feng walked casually, feeling as if he controlled everything in the darkness. He could clearly see every item within 30 meters, significantly reducing his need to check them. Suddenly, Qin Feng's heart raced twice. He calmed himself before walking over. This was an old man's stall with strange items on display. How much is this? Qin Feng picked up a black jade pendant. Under his night vision, he saw the pendant clearly. It depicted a black Guanyin figure. Not only that, but due to its carving or perhaps the eerie blackness itself, the figure's lips were curved upwards in what seemed like an unsettling smile rather than a benevolent one. This is a tool for ancient martial arts cultivation, capable of condensing primordial energy and accelerating internal strength training. It's a treasure, the old man hurriedly said. Indeed, this item did have such effects, but not as miraculous as he claimed. Rubbish. If I didn't know its use, why would I ask? Qin Feng spoke with an edge, appearing rather domineering. The old man's sycophantic smile grew more obvious. Yes, yes, sir, you have excellent taste. Qin Feng nodded as if satisfied and asked, how much? The old man's eyes gleamed immediately. He said, 30 million. Qin Feng coldly placed the item down. Here, asking for such a high price, are you afraid of death? The old man's expression changed. He was somewhat fearful, carefully observing Qin Feng's attire, though no ability badge adorned his chest. His combat suit was clearly well made. Moreover, the energy emanating from his waist made one feel goosebumps. Qin Feng didn't exude any aura of a powerful martial artist, but had an air of killing intent that locked onto the old man. This killing intent came from countless battles and years of experience. The old man regretted his decision instantly. He knew Qin Feng wasn't easy prey, but a solid target. 1 tube of F-level enhancement drug. Will you trade? Qin Feng said. The killing intent still locked on the old man, making him feel as if he would be torn apart if he refused. Moreover, an F-level enhancement drug was already at his price. The old man nodded vigorously. Sure, sure, sure. Qin Feng picked up the black Guanyin figure again and threw down a tube of F-level gene drug before moving on to other stalls. Unbeknownst to him, holding that strange black jade pendant made him feel incredibly excited. However, Qin Feng was wary of drawing suspicion by leaving so quickly. Just then, Xiao Bai squirmed in his chest. Ying ying ying. What's wrong? Qin Feng touched his chest. Xiao Bai's front paws moved inside, pointing left. Qin Feng walked to the left, and this time, Xiao Bai started scratching at the pocket in front of him. His tail swayed, hitting Qin Feng's chest. Qin Feng looked ahead and saw 3 energy cores on a nearby stall. Will you eat these for food every day? Though Qin Feng muttered under his breath, Xiao Bai had immense potential. Though they hadn't signed a contract yet, he was intelligent and a great ally. Thus, Qin Feng wouldn't neglect Xiao Bai. Sometimes, animals were more trustworthy than people. How about 2 F-level energy drugs in exchange for these 3 energy cores? Qin Feng asked. Though the energy cores held significant value, they were refined substances. For many, their absorption wasn't as pure as F-level energy cores, not like Qin Feng's ability to devour. Sure. The buyer was agreeable and handed over the 3 energy cores to Qin Feng. Qin Feng didn't give them to Xiao Bai immediately but put them in another pocket. However, Xiao Bai remained quiet, seeming to understand his food source had been secured. With Xiao Bai causing a commotion, Qin Feng relaxed and continued browsing the stalls. In truth, he could use quite a few things. Dark night grass can be crushed and applied to the body. It has some effect in hiding one's shadow in darkness. It's good for escaping, but of course there are dark runes here. Black bat skin, that would be nice, but I only have 3 pieces. This is a dark elemental crystal nucleus. No, this can't be bought, too obvious.